Okay, hello everyone. Look at that, it's the bike, the motorcycle. Woo! Getting right into it. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. So take a good look at that. Yes, exhaust. We'll get back to that eventually, okay? But today, talk about why I'm kind of thinking about selling this bike. Perhaps, perchance, just thinking about it. And as you can also see, look at that, knee protection. Since I don't have motorcycle pants yet, and still want to have fun on this thing. Got my big old skateboard knee pads on. Woohoo! Alright, but first, of course, the thing you always gotta do to have fun on these bikes, ABS and traction control. Going right into why I'm selling this bike, since that's why you're probably here, is what you're interested in hearing about. Hi, cows! Is, it just didn't feel like the Supermoto I wanted it to feel like. The thing is, I have an FZ09, and the FZ09 and this feel so similar, honestly. Like, what I do on both of them, you know, I do wheelies, stoppies, just kind of goof around like that. They both just feel so similar. The only thing is this one's like a little lighter and it's a little easier to do that on. But I mean, there are occasions where it's like, man, I really want to ride this Supermoto. And so what I'm thinking of doing is, or what I'm thinking about is like, this is just too street bike for me. I think I wanted more more dirt bike Supermoto. So maybe you were right, Uncle. Maybe I should have gotten that 500. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing, is getting a KTM or Husqvarna 500 and throwing a set of Supermoto on them, and that'll be it. But that's future. Right now I have this, and I do love it. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this bike. I love the quick shifter. Thing's got mad power. Quick shifter is one of the main reasons I got this bike. Oh, that is so much fun to use that quick shifter. FZ09, to me, the FZ09 and this bike just feel too similar, and I don't know, I want more variety in my garage rather than having two bikes that are like super alike. That's about all. I mean, that's kind of like the reason I was thinking of selling it. And then I have two dirt bikes right now that I never ride. I took them out today. I took my two dirt bikes out today, just kind of like a pity ride, just like I haven't touched you in a couple days, so I'm just gonna ride you right now, just like, you know, give you some use. Like, I have a KLX 230, its battery is completely dead. But what I'm thinking is replacing those two dirt bikes with a Husqvarna 501 or KTM 500, and then replace this bike. I really want a adventure-like bike, you know? I really want a adventure bike. And so I was looking, like, I was just watching some videos, and there's that CF Moto, that Chinese bike that's like it has a KTM 700 or 790, 890? I don't know. It has a big motor knockoff from KTM, and I was like, hey, that looks kind of cool. It has cruise control, it has a big windscreen, it has heated grips and all the other farkles on it. It's only $10,000, and it looks pretty reliable. So it's like, that looks pretty interesting, honestly. Those three bikes, FZ09, CF Moto, or any really other adventure bike. And then, what did I say? FZ09 adventure bike, duelsport / Supermoto. I still love Supermotos. They're so much fun. I mean, I can take this bike places that I can't take with my FZ09. Like this, for example. This is a railroad track, and it's a lot of fun to jump. I would never do this. I would never do that on my FZ09. That was kind of a bad jump. It's more exciting when what I remember. Skirt! This thing has some mega good brakes, though. Damn, this bike is so fast. Forget that. Honestly, it surprises me how fast this thing is. A wild single cylinder. Whoa. Third gear. Wrong one. Also, I've kind of decided no more really dipping it back. That's how I crashed in second gear. I looped it in second gear. And so, because of that, I fucked up the exhaust. So no more dipping it back. And also, that's why I hurt my knees too many times. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to have my fun with just doing normal wheelies. I might be chasing them out, but you know what? It's a wheelie either way. Anyways, back into selling this bike. The only issues I'm thinking I'm going to have with selling this bike is the exhaust. I showed you the exhaust at the beginning. I showed you the exhaust at the beginning of the video, and you probably saw it wasn't that pretty at all, which kind of upsets me because the DB killer, the baffle inside of it is like smushed into it because I looped it. So it cannot be taken out. So I cannot take out the baffle on this bike, which is something I wanted to do. So I'm thinking if I'm going to sell this bike, I'll sell it with the stock exhaust on it. There is also some scrapes on it. So there's also some scrapes right there. You can see on the plastic right here. There's some scrapes. It's nothing terrible, and the kickstand, of course. Oh, damn it, I'm stupid. It has its own wear on it, too. But, I mean, I don't think it'll be too big a problem. These bikes are just amazing. And it still runs perfectly fine. Like, listen to it. It's doing everything it's supposed to be. So it's like, if someone doesn't buy it just because it has some scratches, some scraps on it, just because it has some scrapes on it and stuff, it's like, well, how did you want me to use the 701? You know, it's a Supermoto. Of course, it's going to have some imperfections. I'm having fun on it. First gear is just... Oh, another thing, like why I kind of... What I wanted out of a Supermoto is like one of those bikes where if you're like standing still and you just kind of go... Like you could do a stand-up or like a standstill wheelie and do, what is it, slow circles. This thing you can't really. It likes to go fast. So it doesn't have that nice down-low torque like a 500 would. But that's because, I mean, it's built off of a race motor. I mean, it's meant to be like raced and whatnot like that. So, you know, what do you really expect? But yeah, I mean, it's so much fun though, it really is. However, I really do want an adventure bike or a bike, something of that sort. Sport touring, that's the better word. Because I'm taking my FZ09 to school right now, and the wind is unbearable. Like I drive 30 minutes on the highway, and that sucks balls. I would really just prefer to not have to worry about that much wind. But I still want to keep with the power. I love that 100 horsepower that can come off my bike. And of course, thanks to this bike right here, the up and down quick shifter, I have to have now. It has to be a part of my bikes. The FZ09 can barely get away with it because that at least has a quick shift up. But, you know, if it didn't have that, I don't know what I would do. I'd have a seizure. Oh, also, big news. The bike wasn't brapping for some reason. Like, it didn't go brap like you've been hearing it doing today. And the reason is because it's just been cold out. But now that it's warm, it braps finally. Like, I was like wondering, I was like, dang, did my crashes like mess it up? No, it's just because it was cold out. It's kind of sad, honestly. But you can't brap half the year, man. It just takes away from you. But I mean, aside from my personal reasons of I just wanted a bike that's not like my FZ09, and oh my gosh, these bumps are unbearable. I wanted a bike that's not like my FZ09, and I wanted a more Supermoto-like style. This bike's still like a lot of fun. Like if you wanted a Supermoto to daily, this is it. Yeah, this feels great. Oh god. Ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love sand. I love sand. This is my favorite. Oh, I love every second of that. That wasn't sketchy at all. Woo! Supermoto thing. I'm happy I can hear it now though. Like, oh, I forgot how much I love that sound. That brap is amazing. Damn it, now I'm convincing myself to just keep this bike and stick with what I have. The video I make about selling my bike makes me want to keep it. I don't know. I really do. I mean, like, it's pretty damn new. Yeah, I'm a 19-year-old that kind of abuses my bikes, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it still runs and works perfectly. So I wouldn't really ask for, I think I would like 12,000 for this thing. I think that's what my money is. And like that's the only reason I would sell it is if someone takes 12,000 for it. Like I bought it for 14. I've only have like 2,000 miles on it. Somewhere on there. It's like 2,500, which really isn't a lot. Okay, quick shifter. You do your thing, bud. Oh yeah, but another reason why I was like, I don't know. Well, one of the reasons like I didn't want to get the 500 over this is because like, as you can see, I'm doing a lot of straight line cruising just to get places I want to be. And so I was kind of worried that the 500 wouldn't like doing that as much as this thing does. Because this thing can do 70 just fine and like cruise comfortably. And I rode a 500 for like just a very brief amount of time. I wish I spent more time on it, on the road especially. But I don't really know how well it could do at like 70 mile an hour-ish just driving on open roads like this. I mean, I could do 65 and be fine, but I tend to find myself in a rush a lot and just going a little bit higher speeds. But you know, maybe getting a 500 will calm me down and make me do more of these speeds. Now let's take it on the highway. Why not, man? Show you some oh so fun highway riding. Honestly, this bike doesn't do that bad. Because like I said, stop it. Because like I said, it cruises pretty well at 70 miles an hour. And so honestly, I think the enduro version of this bike would be amazing. Because you get all the niceness of this, and it's dual sport, so you can go on and off road. Maybe that would have been a good idea. That's a lot to think about, man. I still would prefer the 500 because, like, again, that torque, that down low torque, and the lightness of it. It's much lighter than this bike by like 100 pounds. And now that kind of sounds sexy, if you know what I'm saying. My favorite part about this bike is how vibration it is. Because wow, I can't see a thing out of these mirrors. Oh yeah. And if you're thinking like, oh well, can't you just like, put sprockets on it to make it have more torque, and then the airbox, and like the power commander? Yes, you could, but the bike wasn't, I don't know how to say this, but like the bike wasn't like designed to do that. Like the 500 just naturally makes more torque down low. I think that's what I'm trying to say. The 500, either way, it makes torque really down low, really well. Whereas this one, again, likes to be revved up. And I would just much prefer that down low torque that the 500 can make. All right, we probably want to see some speed, right? Let's click it down 2 gears. That's about all it's got. That's about all it's got, man. It's not very fast. I used to actually be able to go 120 with the stock exhaust on, and then with this one, it lost that. It can't do that anymore. That's funny. I have no idea if they were behind me or not when I was doing those 6-gear pulls. So angry. It's such an angry little bike. It's so angry. Oh man, I'm gonna sneeze. Alright, doing some number crunching. Beep, pop, pop, beep. It gets like 50 miles per gallon. That's pretty good. With this little 3.4 gallon tank, I filled up for 2.6 gallons. About 120 miles. I think that's when you have to start looking out for it. Better than my Yamaha. I'd start looking out for it at, I have to start looking out for it at like 100. That's when I start going like, ooh. Alright, let's hit up this sick, twisty road. Doing what these bikes were bred to do! I feel fine. It's just when I dip it back, that's when it gets terrifying. I have scarred myself from dipping it back. Okay, we've got everything up and running. Now we just need to go down this hill real quick. Thumbnail acquired, I suppose. Alright, well I suppose it's time to end this video here. I've went over everything I wanted to go over, and then I did some supermoto business. Stay to the end. Wow, you're dedicated. That's all I suppose. Adios amigos.